This is Kevin Mint with Outside the Games. I'm here at Embassy Suites. We're here with Team FSP. Actually, this is where they are staying at. They had day 2 of camp today. They've completed it. We have a player of FSP, but also from ArchBishop High School, 2A. This is Victor Gabalis. He is a quarterback, class of 20, and he is going to be returning for his senior year. I tell you, he's looking forward to it. Nice to have you on our show, Victor.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it. Really
you bet,
appreciate it.
you bet. Well, we talk family life in football, and the reason why is because obviously we talk about the player and the person, and really the person that stands out, because you take off the pads, everything's done, you're in the classroom, you're a person, right? Hashtag Student Athlete Strong here on our program. We do talk to many student athletes nationwide, really Washington, Oregon, and California, but also we just delve into the aspect of student athletes, and again, hashtag Student Athlete Strong. Victor, so we start out with family, and really family for you. What has family meant to you? What's the word family, and to you, what does that mean for you?
I say family is a bunch of people like I'm very close with, and like emotionally strong with, and I can go to them, talk about anything. I'm really close to them. They're always there supporting me at all times. It's I'd say it's a very special bond with family.
Yeah. Victor, what helped you to gravitate to the game of football? Obviously, your parents had played a big role in supporting you, getting you to practice, getting you to all those things and events and of that sort. But what made you really gravitate to the game?
There were a lot of where I lived out. Everybody played football.
Ah, okay.
And my mom wouldn't let me play football. I always played baseball.
Oh, okay.
And so I finally was able to play in 6th grade. Played running back all the way up to 8th grade. Then I went to Archbishop Murphy and decided, you know what, let's try quarterback, because I'd always been a backup quarterback because I always pitched and stuff. I was like, let's just give it a shot.
Okay, if I can throw a baseball, I should be able to throw a football.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
Okay.
So I was like, you know what, let's just try it out. And I went out there and I just started slinging it around, and it kind of came naturally. And coaches saw it, and they helped me get better and better every single day, every single year. And so,
Is there something to be said about the progression of a quarterback, especially when you talk about when you started as a quarterback, and now to the point of where now you're going into your senior year? Has there been a lot of progression and a lot of learning?
Yes. I didn't even know what a cover 1, 2, 3, or 4 was. My freshman year, I didn't even know what that was.
Right.
I didn't know any of that stuff. And sophomore year, I started, so I really had to learn all that stuff. I had to get mentally strong, like mentally prepared for the season, and really understand reading defenses and knowing my progressions.
Right. Now we do talk, with family. Okay, going back to that, your parents. What roles do they play in your life, Victor, as far as, kind of balancing you out? Because, there's dad and then there's mom, right? They each have something different that they offer, right?
Yeah, I'd say my parents play a huge role in my life. My dad's from Lithuania in Europe.
Wow,
So
okay.
he has a great story of coming here. So he really is someone I look up to every single day. Through all the things that he's told me, it just pushes me every day to become such a good person, because where he comes from, the person he is today, I can tell that he's worked hard and he deserves it, and I look up to him every single day. And then my mom is really supportive of everything I do, but then sometimes she's a little harsh, but she's always there supporting me with my decisions.
Well, because there's this thing of that dad, you understand his travels and what he had to go through, but then there was mom. Mom is also the vocal one, right? She's always saying, okay, Victor, where are we at with homework? What's going on? What's happening?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's the
My dad's on the mental and tough side.
There you go. There you go. That's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We talk about mentorship, Victor, and how mentorship is really a huge role. People play a big role in that, because there's a lot of adversity and challenges that a player and a person face, right? Especially going through high school, there's ups and downs. Sophomore, junior, now going to be senior. Who are your mentors and why, Victor?
I say my number one mentor would be my strength conditioning coach, Coach
Okay.
Jordan, James Jordan.
Shout out to James Jordan out there.
By far the most inspirational guy I have met.
Wow.
And he has pushed me mentally and physically to become a better person each and every day.
Give me an example of that.
An example would be me filling out a food journal that he made for me, and keeping track of my calories.
Wow.
And keeping me on a good nutrition balance. Another would just be, talking to me going in and talking about season, talking about stuff, talking about how I can get better, talking about how this went wrong, how this can get better. And there's a lot of times something goes wrong in a game or something, and one time he came with next day he came with a sheet of paper and had a great quote on it. I don't remember exactly the exact quote, but it was a great quote, and he put it right there, and he's like, "You got to prove it." And he really is someone I look up to.
And has there been sometimes challenges with that mentor? When you look at like, yeah, there have been. When you look at it, it's like, because they push you, right?
Mm-hmm.
They push you to limits that you don't think you have.
Yeah.
But when you get through it, is there an appreciation factor?
Yes, that's where it comes in. When he was working me, he was working the whole football team. He does the whole football team. When he was working all of us, we hated it. Right. We were yakking. We were throwing up. We were just painful.
Right.
But you look back on that, the 3 years, freshman, sophomore, junior year, and even continuing still, I look back and I was like, I mean, if I didn't have him, I wouldn't be half what I am.
Yeah, that's big. That's big. Student athlete challenges for you, Victor. Obviously, they have changed through the years.
Yeah.
Well, I tell you, high school has gone quick. It is a blur. But starting when you were a freshman, eyes wide open, coming to a high school, big lockers, big hallways, right? Teachers like, this isn't the same teacher I had back at middle school. This is a little bit more serious. What student athlete challenges that you remember that you faced as a freshman now to your junior year? You've experienced your junior year. What has been the difference?
I'd say when I was a freshman, my grades kind of dropped a little, and I was very nervous that I couldn't get them back up. And I soon realized that I could. And the second semester, I kept it all the way up. Same thing happened sophomore year, first semester. Went a little bit down, and I said, I've been here, and I know I can get them up. And I got them up. And second semester, I did well. And junior year, I went down just a little bit, not too much, just a little bit, and I know I can get it back up. Yeah. So freshman year, I was very nervous when anything would go wrong, thinking, I don't know if I can get that back up. This is my final grade. But sophomore, junior year, I've realized, you can really get your grade up. And I learned over the years that you really have to pay attention and focus on every homework assignment, everything in class. You have to focus in to do well in class.
It's something to be said about that, because we've heard a lot of times with student athletes where they've said that time management and procrastination seems to be a big one for a lot of the student athletes, because again, everybody has the same time, right? But it's how you choose what to do, right? Have you had to kind of learn some of that?
Yeah, I would say that, because my freshman and sophomore year, I was a lot on just school and football, school, football, and both those things together can be stressful.
Right.
I was young sophomore starting with all these Division I football players on my team. We were making a run to state, and at the same time, I was trying to keep my grades up. And so the transition from going to school, having practice, then going back to school, it was stress on stress on stress. So as a junior, I realized to find ways to get my mind off of it. Maybe do a little school, not maybe think of football, but think of something else. Maybe just draw. Do a drawing and listen to music, relax yourself. Yeah.
Kind of an outlet?
Kind of an outlet, yeah.
Right.
So you don't...
And then go back to it, right?
Go back to it. And it helps if you just take breaks, and it helps with your memorization.
I'm telling you, when you get to college, man, and I've been to college, it's even more so you put that into play. You put more of that in play. You got to take those breaks. Cramming, you've heard of it.
Yeah,
but
doesn't work.
Doesn't work.
I learned that the hard way.
Yeah, right. So no, that's very true. What other student athlete challenges have you had to face your junior year? What's been kind of difficult for you? What else?
I'd say just staying focused with football and
getting better.
And at the same time, I'd say, because school junior year has been really hard, very hard, and I've had to put a lot more time than I ever have. So that made it just as much harder to focus on football.
Finals.
Yeah.
Right. Some of these things.
Just so much homework and understanding the material.
Right.
That, because it's a lot of lectures, a lot of notes. Just understanding the material, I had to take a lot more time, read through it slowly. And freshman, sophomore year, I didn't really have to do that. Yeah. So, and that you have to do more time in that, which takes away from football. So even though school's hard, you got to work harder, but then it's harder to keep on progressing in football.
Is Victor a person that sits in the front or the back of the class?
Up front.
Yeah.
I want to have good relationship with the teacher. So if anything goes wrong, or say I don't understand anything, I'm comfortable with going up to the teacher and talking to them, and they know that they can help me out.
Right.
Because if you sit in the back and you're getting bad grades, and you're not talking to the teacher at all, and then you come in and you say, oh, I did bad on this test, or blah, can you help me? And you know, they're kind of just like, you kind of
yeah,
you can't, like,
right?
yeah. They want a kid that actually wants to get his grade up. If he's gonna say I want my grade up, he's gonna sit in the back of the class and bum around. Then come on,
Right.
They're not gonna like that. They want the kid that sits in the front, pays attention, is actually learning and working hard to get it up.
For you, let's talk about how important is it for a student athlete to have a good relationship with their teachers? Help our viewers understand that how important that is, because again, it's a relationship that there is a student-teacher relationship and an understanding like, look, I can either pass you or fail you. How serious do you want it?
Yeah.
And so tell me how important that is.
I would say they have to realize that you are a football player and that you have all of these other things rather than school that you have to do. And each day you got practice, each day you got lifting, speed and agility. And if you're just out of sight and sitting in the back, they don't know if you're a football player. Exactly. You got to show who you are, and they will understand. And I feel like they will realize what you do. So you have a game day. They're not going to give you a bunch of homework. And so I feel like that's a big thing for them, knowing like who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, and I think the thing is too with that is that you try to prove to them that I'm just not that athlete. There's something with that as me being a good student as well, and you want to prove that, you know. Let's talk 7-on-7.
Yeah.
Let's talk FSP. Have you been with FSP a lot?
This is my first year.
This is your first year?
First year.
Okay.
Last year I trained with Jake Heaps.
Okay.
And he helped a lot.
He helped a lot.
A lot.
Okay. What was it about the decision to join FSP, and what have you seen within the organization that's been different for you for what you've learned before?
They work hard.
Yeah.
They work hard, and that's what I like. You know, when you come to workouts, OTAs, you're working. You're not going there just to, chill around and just lift. You're there to work. And
They push you, and they push you, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's something to be said about how you've had that experience before. Coach pushing you,
Yes.
your limits,
Yes.
right? Is that something that this organization does?
Yes, they've pushed my limits for sure, and that's what I want. I want my limits to be pushed more and more and more. Because the more you push yourself, the better you're going to become. If you're just going to push yourself to the limits that you just know, you're not going to get better. You're just going to stop. You're just going to keep on going the same pace. You want to get higher intensity, higher volume, higher weights.
How important is the film room to a quarterback?
If you don't watch
Tell me.
If you don't watch the film room, you're not starting.
It's because obviously, I mean, you even said it before. It was like, I didn't know what a cover one was.
Yeah, I didn't.
When a defense gets put out there and you have to visually, as a quarterback, see what defense they're playing you. But on top of it, if there's a safety leaking or a safety that's double coverage, and you have to be aware of your timing because the pocket closes, defense is trying to get at you, the ball's got to be released or you got to go do something with it. Tell me, bring me in here a little bit. What is that like?
Basically, that comes in with preparation.
Yeah.
The week before, you know what team you're playing. If you're gonna not watch film on a team and you go out in the game and you see, okay, I see 2 high safeties, and then you don't know what they do, what their tendencies are, what their linebackers tend to do. The linebacker starts cheating out to the flat. Oh, I know it's cover 2. The linebacker stays. Oh, it's cover 4. Something like that. It's preparation.
Yeah.
It's all preparation. If you're not going to watch film and prepare for a team, you're not going to know their tendencies. And if you know their tendencies, you know what their defense is going to do.
Tell me what it's like with FSP's quarterbacks. I mean, you have some quarterbacks within your, group. Cade Filer from Lincoln. There's some others, I'm sure. But what are those quarterbacks meaning for you when it comes to your competition and you improving? How does that make a difference for you?
They push me.
Yeah?
They push. It's big competition, and I like that. I like that there's a lot of competition because it makes each of us work harder and get better, and that's the main goal.
And we saw it tonight on the practice. Again, this is day 2. completed of Team FSP 7-on-7 camp, and we saw the defense. Boy, when they made plays, they let you know.
They let us know.
But when you guys made plays, you let them know.
Of
So
course.
that's that competition of pushing each other, right? Yeah.
Exactly.
Let's talk about Archbishop now.
Mm-hmm.
My friend, this is your senior year.
Yeah.
You're getting in your
Going
senior year,
into
okay? Tell me one of your regrets, your junior year. We'll take on the field. What are one of your regrets?
One of my regrets, I would say just not trusting in my decision making.
Okay.
There were a lot of times
Not
where
confident?
Not,
Or
I
what did you
not
say?
confident. I'd say there were times where I could have let it loose, but I was hesitant
Mm.
to throw a pick when I probably should have let the ball loose a little bit more.
Okay.
So that's what I regret. I should have let it loose a little bit more.
How does it feel not to be? Take me through Archbishop. We had 3 losses this year, 2A, and you made it to the playoffs, but get beat in the first round.
Yeah.
How did that make you and your team feel?
It made us feel terrible.
Right?
It made us feel, you're walking out and you're like, man, all that work you did, all that summer, all those, when you woke up, I was waking up because I was waking up at 4 a.m. to get to football early in the morning, just to get
Reps.
there,
Get
just
reps,
to get better, yeah. And just to see all that crumple, it's terrible. But in a way,
Does that build hunger for you?
yeah, like in a way, it's good.
Yeah.
It's bad and it's good. It's bad because that shouldn't have happened, but it's good because the next day, the next morning, we were in the weight room. As a team,
Right.
We were in the weight room.
I
we
bet.
were ready.
I bet.
We were ready, and
It didn't leave a
we were
good
ready.
taste in your mouth.
No, of course not.
And so now with Archbishop, what have you and your teammates discussed to be ready for next year?
We got to get mindset right because that's how we lost. We were young. Our mindset wasn't right. We pretty much beat ourselves, and we're gonna get mentally stronger. We're gonna get physically stronger, and we're just talking as a team what our goals are and how we're gonna get there. Not just saying, oh yeah, next season. Saying, but next season, but how?
Yeah.
But how? Instead of just just next season. Talk as a team. How are we gonna do that? Everybody, every day, 3 days a week down the weight room. Let's be throwing routes after school, stuff like that.
The little things.
The little things, yeah.
Right? How much has that offensive line? I got to talk about the offensive
Yeah,
line.
big
They
on.
protect you. How much have they meant for you this year and going forward?
A lot, because I didn't expect that from those sophomores.
Okay.
Those sophomores.
It surprised you then?
Yeah, it did. And to know that they're just gonna get better
Wow. All together.
all together,
Right?
that's just gonna be amazing.
Yeah.
And we're gonna go out and we're gonna go beat teams
Yeah.
next year.
Yeah, that's the goal. Now, interested in the WIAA, in 2A especially, what seems to be the big rival for you as far as high school, as for Archbishop?
Our rival was Kings,
Okay.
and so we moved from the Cascade Conference to the Northwest Conference this last year.
So Kings is not so much anymore.
So
right?
Kings is out of there. We didn't play Kings this year. Kings and Cedar Crest are 2 good rivals, but since we got moved to a different league, it's because the
Now you're-
Cascade Conference
now
fell
it's
apart.
new. It's
now
new.
it's just all new.
Wow.
So
So a rival is yet to be established,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. I tell you, the thing about it is this, is that what's one word that would sum up your season for next year that to get you guys dialed in?
let's see, hunger.
Yeah.
Hunger. Just stay hungry. Stay hungry.
Yeah.
Stay hungry. That's our motto.
And take the little things and put in the work, right?
Yeah.
That's because everybody's trying to do that. They're trying to improve.
Yeah.
What has your quarterback coach meant for you at Archbishop and the coaching staff there?
He's meant a lot. He's helped me. I remember going into my sophomore year, we were there in the summer, early in the morning on
Wow.
whiteboards, writing. He was helping me with coverages,
Right.
helping me with routes, and he helped me each and every day get better.
Yeah. Now, tell me, does social media help a student athlete or not? Can it help an athlete?
It
How do you
can.
view it?
It can be a distraction when you're texting your friends,
Yeah.
or snapping your friends,
Yeah.
or looking at tweets about football.
Right.
But sometimes it can help because you know you have a question and you have to text a smart person. You know, could you explain this to me? Give me a FaceTime call.
Sure,
And explain
sure.
how to do this. So I've had a couple times when I couldn't understand something in chemistry, how to balance like equations or something, and you know I gave one of my friends a text and he helped. So
Yeah, hey, it works.
so I think it can help. It's the way you use it.
Yeah.
It's the way you use
Very
it.
much so. Well, I tell you, it's been a pleasure to get to know an Archbishop quarterback and class of 20, going to be a senior next year. And I tell you, there's something outside the games. Again, we cover Washington, Oregon, and California, but even nationwide. Do check out Archbishop 2A. This is a quarterback, Victor Gabalis. Is that?
Gabalis.
Who is going to be a quarterback for Archbishop, and you're going to be seeing some special things from them next year. Again, the one word that described them, they're hungry, and they really want to show and prove that just last year was not them. It really was
Exactly.
something that shouldn't have happened, and I know that they are looking forward to getting back to those playoffs. So thank you very much for being on our show.
Thank you so much. Appreciate
I do
it.
appreciate it. But we're not done. We have this thing called a quick blitz, my friend. Victor, we are going to get to know you personally, so we're going to start out with favorite food.
Favorite food? Ooh, pizza.
Okay, pepperoni?
Oh, pizza. Yeah,
Yeah.
pepperoni. Pepperoni with pineapple.
Wow.
I like pineapple on my
I
pizza.
like this.
pineapple on my
Okay,
pizza.
okay.
Yeah.
I usually hear pepperoni pizza. That's it.
I like
But,
pepperoni, pineapple, and bacon.
And okay, add a little bacon on
Yeah.
there. Okay.
Good stuff.
Favorite dessert?
Dessert? Say coconut cream pie.
Ooh,
Yeah, that's good stuff.
you got to find the right pie spot.
Yeah,
obviously, to
exactly.
get something like that. It can't. There's certain places you don't get coconut
Yeah.
cream pie at.
It's hard to find.
Right? Yeah. Apple or Android? And why?
Apple.
Why?
I don't know.
Have you ever had an Android phone?
No. I've never had an Android. I don't know. Apple's just like I just understand it more.
Yeah. Easy to
Android-
use?
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
easy to
right.
use. It's easy to use and like most people have.
I know you love emojis though.
Oh yeah.
Right?
Oh yeah.
Easy.
Emojis,
You can easily
emojis.
speak
Yeah.
language in
yeah.
emoji.
You speak language in emoji. Yeah, they
right,
help.
right. Favorite cleat to wear?
Adidas. Zero.
Three stripe.
Yeah.
Okay, right on.
Yeah.
Favorite shoe to wear?
Air Force Ones.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. I like that. Nikes. Favorite musical artist right now that you're listening to?
Musical artist. There's a lot of them.
Favorite though. You probably have a big. You probably have a
Favorite?
lot of favorites, but what's one?
ASAP Rocky.
ASAP Rocky. Okay. All right.
Rocky.
All right. I know one track because praise the Lord.
Yeah,
right.
praise the Lord.
Right. I think that's someone. For you, what would be a good vacation spot that you would want to visit in the world? In the world, what vacation spot would you like to visit?
Lithuania.
Oh, that'd be cool.
That's where my dad's from, so
Oh,
I
that'd be
want to
cool.
go
Go
there.
back. Yeah.
Check it out.
Probably a lot of family there, I'm sure.
Yeah, some family. Yeah.
Some family.
Yeah, I haven't met them, so yeah.
Oh
but
well, yeah, that's even
no one
more
met
so.
them, so.
Hey, that's even more so.
Yeah.
To do so,
Yeah.
to do that. Now, if you were running late somewhere, QB has to be on time.
Yeah.
Try to be on time. If you were running late somewhere and you had to explain why you were late, would you call or text and why?
Definitely call.
Yeah, why?
Because calling means it like, if you're texting it, it's just like, it just looks bad.
Yeah.
I'd say, cause it's like you're just like pushing it to the side. You know?
Right.
Like if you just talk talk on the phone,
Right.
then they'd be like, you can like talk more instead of just a text like I can't be there.
Right.
So
Xbox or PlayStation?
I don't play video games. No video games for me.
Wow.
I'm
okay.
not a video game person.
Okay.
Not at all.
All right, but you're on your phone.
I'll be on my phone a little.
Little. Okay. All right. Fair. It's the first time I've heard of that. There's always somebody playing a video game. I don't know,
Yeah.
classics or Mario or I don't know.
Yeah, that's not for me. I'm not into that stuff.
Not into that
No.
stuff. That's good to know. Okay. If you, let's just say this: if somebody handed you $50,000 to start up a business today, what business would you start?
50,000. Start a business.
Yeah, start a business. You got to be thinking these things because in college,
Yeah.
it starts to develop. It's still early, but it gets you to think,
I'd say.
and it could change,
Yeah.
right? But for right now, what was
For right now, I don't know. I'd say some sort of restaurant.
Okay.
I'd say
food.
a nice restaurant.
Yeah, serving
A nice restaurant, maybe on the water or something.
Okay.
seafood.
Seafood.
That'd be kind of cool.
Or maybe a Lithuanian dish.
Yeah, there we go.
Right?
Hey,
Hey, I'm
Lithuanian
like, hey,
dishes. They got
Lithuanian
good
dish.
stuff.
They do.
Yeah, good
I know
food.
they do. And you bring some recipes back from home. I'm
Yeah.
sure you could get those. Family.
Rugalis.
Right.
Rugalis.
Okay, there you
If
go.
You can figure that out. That's good stuff.
So, what was the last movie you saw?
In theaters?
Yeah.
The last movie I saw in theaters was, what was it called? It was with Tom Cruise. It was.
Mission Impossible?
Mission Impossible.
Do the bathroom scene.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, if you haven't seen Mission Impossible,
the
the bathroom
scene,
scene was
that's-
ridiculous, okay?
yeah. That was crazy.
It was intense. You give it a thumbs up, obviously.
Thumbs up. It was
right?
a great movie.
Yeah.
Great movie.
If you had to drive a car, any car, what would that car be? Or a truck or an SUV?
Any car. I would go like with an old Mustang.
Okay,
A nice,
bring
like
it
I'd say
classic.
like, yeah, with candy paint.
65
Yeah.
or something like that?
Probably like 70.
Convertible?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
How did I know? I just know the classic cars. Yeah, hey.
Classic cars. I like classic
I used to
cars.
have an '82 El Camino, so it was pretty good. It was pretty good. But
That's awesome.
But a car they don't make anymore, of course. But yeah, that's just that. Are you a shorts or pants guy? What do you prefer?
Depends on the weather.
Really?
In the summer, it's all shorts.
All shorts.
All shorts.
Yeah.
The winter, it's all pants. All
Right.
sweats. That's all I wear.
If you had one picky thing that you just irritates you, I know there's got to be one,
One
Victor.
thing,
one thing that just irritates Victor. What would that one thing be?
One thing that irritates me. A lot of noise.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, when he's sleeping, don't make noise.
Like a lot of noise.
Exactly.
Like it's like the high pitched like screaming or like noise.
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
Because I have 4 siblings. And so
Oh,
sometimes
my
that can get
goodness.
on me. Sometimes like maybe just like running around that's fine, but when it's like screaming and stuff, that's when it gets on my nerves.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That's intense.
Yeah.
Now, if you had to change one thing in the world, Victor, we ask a lot of the student athletes about this. One thing in the world they could change and have an impact on in the world today, what would that one thing be?
Thing B. I'd say hunger.
Yeah.
I'd say hunger.
It's
Yeah.
a big epidemic.
A lot of, yeah, around the whole world.
Yeah.
Around the whole world, because I think that would help out with a lot of homelessness
Mhm.
and help out with a lot of poverty that's
Yeah.
around. So,
Well, we have one more question for you because I know you'll get it. You're a quarterback.
Okay.
Quarterback has to be in control of the huddle. They have to be able to handle things. A lot's on their plate. So I know you'll be able to handle this one last question. It'll be an easy one. What would you prefer? To smell burnt popcorn or to be on Outside the Games?
outside the game.
That's right, my
Come
man.
on
That's
now.
right, my man.
Come
I tell you,
on
check it
now.
out. I tell you, Victor Gabalis, right? With ArchBishop, class of 20, quarterback. Be on the lookout for him in 2A next year. But wait a second, he's got FSP to worry about right now.
Yeah.
It's about ordering
Yeah.
some hardware.
Yeah.
So he's going to be taking care of that. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you on our show,
Thank
Victor.
you so much. Really appreciate it.
You bet. Yeah, we'll talk again. Hashtag Student Athlete Strong. Be on the lookout for Victor. And again, Victor, your Twitter. If you can let people know what your Twitter is. Do you have one?
Victor Gabalis.
All right.
Easy.
There it is.
Victor Gabalis.
Easy.
VICTORGABALIS.
Well, hey, we thank you very much. Thank you for watching Outside the Games with Victor Gabalis. And we thank you and have a great evening.